yo. What's going on, y'all, man? This is DJ, and man, today is Thursday, right? Today is Thursday, right? Yeah, yeah, today's Thursday. I had to think about it for a minute. Hope y'all day was good, man. Ignoring me and my caterpillar mustache. I gotta get it trimmed up. So don't be talking about me. All right? All right. Man, look. We're gonna cut right to the chase here in just a second. We're gonna process everything, get everything in tune, get everything alike. Thank you for the like. I appreciate y'all always. Thank you, Rob. The view and the like off top. I appreciate you. What's going on? Super Slife in the building, Indiana in the building. How you doing, Rob? Um, I'm sure you know about what's been going on with the Charlie Kirk guy. We're gonna elaborate on that for a little spin, you know. Say you good, man. I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain. I won't complain. I can't complain. I won't complain, bro. Um, so like, you see, you heard about Charlie Kirk. I'm not gonna lie, it was everywhere. It's kind of hard not to, man. It was like I'm not into politics at all. I don't be messing with politics and all that, but it was everywhere. No matter where you go, what you did, it was everywhere. It still is. It's live on so many channels right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely one of those things that's going to be talked about for a while. Um, so you say you're not a political person yourself. Yeah, it's too much that go into it, man. So much hatred and evil in it too. It's all that. I'm not a fan. I wish things were simpler. You know what I'm saying? But people make things weird. People make things crazy. So at the 3 minute mark, I'm gonna go ahead and dive deep into it. But before I get into that, I don't know if anybody's dropping tonight. I think Ed Sheeran maybe. I'm not sure. Might get into that. We'll see. But I think Ed Sheeran may be dropping. Rob said, if I get off topic, forgive me. Rob, you always off topic, man. I want you to hang around for the topic, bro. I appreciate you coming on here and viewing me and liking the video, but I want you to hang out on the topic, man. That's why we're here. We talk about the topic, you know what I'm saying? So we about to get into it right now. So basically, for all those who don't know, for whatever reason, don't know, Charlie Kirk was assassinated yesterday at a Utah college campus. Charlie Kirk is a political figure strong in the Make America Great Again MAGA campaign for Donald Trump. He speaks at multiple campuses. Speaks at multiple campuses, basically encouraging students that they should not be in college, that they're getting ripped off, amongst other beliefs, right? We don't really get into politics like this here on Farside TV, but since this is everywhere, and I feel like people should hear what I'm about to say, then that's why we're going to talk about it now. I'm gonna say this, just to weed out the ones who don't want to hear it. We can talk about differences and opinions and what we agree with or disagree with. That's fine. But one thing I will not debate about is my firm stance. So if you don't agree, log off now. One thing I don't debate about is the celebration of death. I ain't gonna celebrate nobody dying. I don't care if it's my worst enemy. I'm not gonna dance on their grave. That ain't nothing I believe in. And if you know better, then you do better. And if you got any type of wherewithal as being a human being, then you know that you shouldn't celebrate somebody's death. You shouldn't laugh and sing and dance at the idea of somebody dying, no matter if you didn't agree with their opinion or not. So I'm off top. That's how I feel about it. You should never celebrate nobody's death. I don't agree with that. That ain't right. No matter what they think, no matter how they feel. You know what I'm saying? My worst enemy, I would never do that. So no. But let's get into it, man. So as far as the shooting, again, I don't care if you don't agree with somebody. Killing somebody is never the answer. I don't never agree with that, especially just because they have a belief. You should definitely stick to your beliefs. Be open to conversations about your beliefs, but definitely not encourage somebody getting killed over their belief. That ain't right. no matter how you spin it. What's going on, Green Plant? How you doing, man? Welcome to the chat, bro. And if you're on here, whether you're hanging out or dipping out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, y'all don't mind, I appreciate that. It helps me out. But I think that people, you say you had like the worst day in your life. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I hope it get better, Plant. I really do hope it get better. Basically, long story short, I don't agree with the shooting. I'm never going to agree with the shooting of anybody, any political figure, any person, period. Nobody should get killed over their beliefs, period. I don't believe that. But personally, watching the guy in action, seeing him talk to different people over in the different campuses and having all these debates about all these real life topics and decisions, I will say at the very least it is entertaining. Thank you for that like too. It is entertaining to watch him in action. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was prior to this, but I know a lot of people did that I've worked with, to where it's like, okay, it's a known thing. I think that I can see why he got so much hate, but I also see why he got so much love, if that makes sense. He's a very polarizing figure. And based on things he said, he makes a lot of sense in a lot of areas. And in other ways, he does also make sense, but you may not agree with it. One thing I don't agree with, and I don't really know what to, like, how else would I say this? One thing I don't agree with is his take on abortion. He basically says that abortion should be abolished, basically. So he's for the idea of every child having a chance at life. Which, again, is debatable, especially if you're dealing with a different stage of life when it comes to children. You know what I'm saying? Like, thanks, Rob. I just did it. Thank you, man. Basically, I don't agree with the whole abortion take. I feel like if you don't want to keep your child, whether your kid just got, or by whoever, especially if it's like your father or a family member or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with you should just have the baby anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can't force things like that to happen just because you feel like you're killing a child. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with his take on what men are, how men should be, as far as having a stance in life, protecting their loved ones who can't protect themselves. All this stuff. He was saying a lot of things that actually was like, okay, he makes sense. He's not just talking to talk. He actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to a lot of topics and has like empirical evidence behind it. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Thank you for the likes. And I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, like I watched several videos because they just flooded. What up, Cash Slay? Shout out to you. What's going on, Jace? How y'all doing? Welcome to the chat. If you don't mind, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you. Rob, by chance, brother Cypher, am I your first mod? Yes, sir, you are my first and my only one, brother. That's it. I appreciate you as always. And thank y'all for the likes. Yes, sir. Hi, Jace, Cash. Appreciate y'all. That's love. I appreciate that. Like I said, whether you're hanging out or just coming in and sliding through, just hitting the like button helps me out. So thank you. So basically, the guy was a polarizing figure. He had a lot of things that you would agree with, a lot of things you wouldn't. I understand the hate and I understand the love. A lot of people I've been around, they are fans of him. Like they get it. They get him. And some stuff he said, I just couldn't agree with. I just felt like it was just saying something to say something. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know what I'm saying? Using books to further propose a purpose that you may or may not be actually into, but it's good for the sake of argument. Like, I feel like, what is it? The Bible. I feel like he memorized, you know what, and that's not, maybe not all the way true. He may be an actual believer. There's a lot of stuff he said, he sounded like he actually was a believer. But there's a lot of things he said to where it sounded like he was purposely learning the Bible just to use it as a weapon against somebody in debate, which is pretty much what the Pharisees did back in the day against Jesus. If you want to go back to Bible times, that's exactly what they did. They used empirical evidence from what they knew, the knowledge, to um, to use against Jesus when it came to certain things, certain know-how, certain says, and Jesus wasn't going. So it's very interesting seeing stuff like that in action. I know there's so much content of him out there that I might be actually interested in seeing, because like I said, the debates, actually, not gonna lie, they were good. It was interesting watching them. I'm hearing people talk about intellectual things and making sense on both sides, to where, it's healthy. It's a healthy conversation. But what makes it unhealthy is when one person gets a bit egotistic and their cult following becomes a cult. And that's one thing I noticed I did not care for, was the fact that Charlie Kirk would be very, very egotistic when it comes to saying certain things and trying to prove people wrong. He'll say things, and then if you try to challenge it, he'll try to say things to belittle your point or to make you feel stupid and talk over you, which, again, if you are a debater, that's usually what they do. That's like a debater. That's debater energy. They talk over you. They try to prove your point wrong. They try to belittle your point. So I can't attribute that to him as a person, because I don't know him I didn't know him outside of these debates or whatever. But based on how he is in action, if it is a character, he plays it well. If that's him 24/7, to me, that would make him very unlikable. And that's just my opinion. Big, heavy promoter for Trump. Never really been a fan of that. And just the idea of leftism, which I just found out was more of like a social bearing that gets people all on the same level, basically. And he was against that. He likes more so smaller conservative groups that, are fairly wealthy compared to that of a bigger nation, in which the people who get food stamps, WIC, and all, he's not really liking that. So that kind of painted a picture for me. To me, he was like the youth. He connected the youth to Trump, and it's a lot of things he said and did I did not approve of. Rob said, by chance, brother, did you watch any of his speeches? There's all kinds of isms, unfortunately. Yes, I see that there's a lot of isms now. I didn't know that was a thing, because I'm a little older, but yeah, it's a lot of isms. I didn't know leftism was a thing. Never heard of it once, ever. And have I seen his speeches? No. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably never going to watch any of his speeches. I'm not big on him speaking as a person or as a whole. But I like the conversations he would have with these college students, because they did not back down. Some of them were ridiculous. Some of the college students would just say and do things, even dress up in props. I don't know if that was all for content. It got dumb after a while. Those are the ones I ignored. But the ones who actually had real social things and conversations they wanted to talk about, and they wanted to be included in, those are the ones that I got drawn to, that I liked watching, to where I could watch something like that. It'd be healthy for the mind. You learn a lot of things. You see how people think. You get a sense of how the world really moves and what they really think when they're doing certain things, how people actually feel. You know what I mean? Rob said, I don't know none about Kirk or Charlie Kirk outside of this. I didn't either. But like I said, a lot of people did. I thought it was more so like Connecticut, New Hampshire, Minnesota, Michigan type situation, but apparently he's known around. Even people up in Springfield, Illinois, they are aware of him. They know him, fans. So I get it. But I think the bottom line with people who actually do like him, and people who don't know him but heard about what happened, the bottom common thing for everybody does agree on is that nobody should get killed for their beliefs. That's wrong. Just because you have an opinion about something, believe something, debate about things, doesn't mean you deserve to die. I don't think that's a warranted reason. You can say the worst things and feel the worst about everything, but that doesn't give somebody a reason to die. What's going on, German? Long time no talk. Hope you liked the video. I appreciate you copping in. What's up, bro? Did you see the explicit version of the video? Thank you for that like and view. Yes, I did. I wasn't ready. It wasn't as graphic as I thought it'd be, but it was graphic enough. It's sad that somebody like that came prepared in case things were to go left, but it was kind of fate for it to go down like it did. Um, to where it's like he had the vest on underneath, but the bullet bounced off the vest and ricocheted into his throat. What can you do about that? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Um, for somebody like him who probably received death threats regularly, I probably wouldn't just be up there with open arms and nothing protecting me. I would have had something else. The vest is cool, or the steel chest, whatever. But we're gonna need better guards than that. You know what I mean? Rob said, "How you feeling nonetheless, my brother?" I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. I'm not gonna complain. I can't complain. Um, just still trying to grow as a person each and every day. Feel better about myself as a person. Um, face my own realities and comprehend and understand people more each and every day. I feel like that carries me further in life, understanding how people think, how they are, how they feel, how I feel, and acknowledging my emotions. And as far as emotional intelligence, I realized that recently that I may not have that as much as I thought I did. So it's good to learn that about myself, and it helps me grow more and more. You're never too old to grow, ever. Rob said, I hope I can keep your spirits up. Yeah, man, you do. I appreciate your participation. You do, man. You've been around literally for like 2 years, man. I'm sorry about your homie, German. Said my homie got jumped today. I'm sorry about that. I hope things get better. Um, but yeah, I've been good, man. I hope your spirits stay up, Rob. I hope you feel better each and every day. I hope you keep your spirits up, stay light, stay up. Look for better days each and every day. Find out a different way to make yourself better and others around you better. Smile at people. I just hope everybody's just at peace with themselves and can gain more knowledge and gain more hope in this world. Because the world can be discouraged, and the world can make you feel like you're alone in it. And like people will take you out if you say anything else. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about like the music industry. I feel like if you try to say something against it, then that can make people look at you like a target, like we need to get rid of you because you're a problem. And your voice carries the cadence of a problem. You know what I'm saying? But as a warrior, you can't be worried about that. You got to have your faith in yourself and your higher power, G-O-D, and you got to make sure that you really stand behind what you believe in. If you got to die for it, then you got to die for it. Don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. What's up, Rod? So, oh, my spirits up, brother. Fun fact, I just ate some chicken and macaroni. That'll raise anybody's spirits, bro. That's funny. I just had some chicken and asparagus, sweet potatoes. That's funny. Yeah, man. I'm glad. I appreciate you sticking around. Appreciate you coming through. And, man, I just want everybody to just have a great day. You know, I know this happened. I know it's odd for a lot of people. It's weird. I feel the same way when I see one of my brothers get killed in a viral video. I don't even want to watch him. I don't want to see him trend. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see no more George Floyd type videos. No, Trayvon Martin type videos. None of that. I don't want to see none of that. There's so many of them. Sandra Bland. Like I don't want to see any of them. Philando. I don't want to see them because it's been happening way too much for all these years, and you would think you'd be numb to it by now, but you never get numb to it. It's like watching Roots all over again, but in a worse, more explicit way. So, yeah, nope. I don't want to see it no more. I don't want to see no violence. Jeremy said, my prayers out to his family. Yes. Prayers out to Kirk's family and everybody affected by this. Again, no matter how you feel about him, never wish death upon nobody and never dance on their grave. There's so many videos of people celebrating his death. It's insane. And I don't care what he said. I don't care if he hate black people. I don't know who he is. But if he hate black people, that ain't gonna make me want him to die no more. I don't want to die at all. I don't want nobody to die. People get affected, and the man had kids. 2 kids, I believe. Now they dead to go. And like I said, I don't know if the guy was a character when it came to stuff like this and was a wholesome man at home. I don't know. It get like that sometimes. Sometimes people get so famous and wealthy based on the character they portray that they use that character as a vehicle for compensation. Then when they go home, they're their normal selves. And maybe he was like that at home. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So prayers out to everybody affected, man, because that ain't cool. Rob said, by chance, is you going live tomorrow? Yeah, man, I'm going to try my best. I ain't go live yesterday because I feel like I ain't had nothing to talk about. Could have talked about this yesterday, but I didn't know about it till later. But yeah, I just took a break from it. Wasn't really feeling it. So today was a good day, and tomorrow, I look forward to doing it tomorrow. German said he could be a bad person, but still his kids have to live without him now. Exactly. Nobody thinks about that. I see why y'all dancing on folks' graves and putting up social media videos, laughing, singing about him dying. His kids getting online seeing that, and they seeing you laugh about their dad that just got killed. You think that's cool? It's not cool, ever. Nobody ever thinks about how the kids feel about it, especially with social media. You know they're getting on social media early now, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. Got a whole account, so they be on there. They see stuff too, just like me and you, watching live videos like this. So now they gotta see not only are they daddy getting killed over and over again in different Facebook reels and shorts, but now they're seeing people dance and talk about it and sing about it like it's a celebration of life or death. And it's crazy. That's crazy. Nothing ever good comes to people like that. That's the only thing I will say that there's no debate on. That is not cool. And the people that are doing that, y'all further solidifying his point. The people that you do that to, you're making their point. You're proving their point. The people that you think are wrong, so you dance on their grave, you're making them right by doing that. Because you're proving to be exactly what they say you are, and think that you never thought you would be. You know what I'm saying? Like you're proving them right. So it doesn't look good on either side, especially on you. Rob said about chances you going live for SmackDown. No, I work nights, so I ain't gonna be able to go live for shows. Not unless it's like on the weekend, maybe. Try to get on the weekend, we'll see. When German says effed up, yeah, it's effed up, man. It is. But I think that's my time, y'all. I sure appreciate y'all as always, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, saying what's up. Rob said, in the words of Florida Evans, down, James. What we gonna do now, James? I don't know, Florida, but watch out, I might throw another chair. Because every time you get mad, you should work for the furniture company, boy. You get that job done quick. All you gotta do is get mad, and you're gonna start throwing sofas into folks' homes. Easy. They ain't pay me this week. Man, Good Times was great. And speaking of Good Times, before we head out, you know they got an animated series of Good Times that came out last year on Netflix. I didn't know that. If it was 1 season, 10 episodes. Yeah, it's like an up-to-date version of it. I don't know. It's crazy. It says sounds like Vegeta. Every time I try to impersonate an angry, older, middle-aged man, I sound like Vegeta. That's about the most I can get, Kakarot. That's about as far as I can go. But all right, y'all, man, I'm out of here. I appreciate you, Rob. Everybody else that's on the live, everybody hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, man, y'all be easy. Enjoy y'all Thursday. I'm about to head back to it, and stay positive, stay good. German said, bye, keep your head up. You keep your head up, German. I appreciate you coming through. It's been a while, and I'm glad you're still around. Hope you get better and better. You too, Rob. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a great day. Peace.